Good morning. Today I'm going to be focusing on two issues, and you might have noticed right down here below I've got a chronic leak, and this is power steering fluid. I have confirmed based on looking at the reservoir in the power steering tank, and then also this parking sensor pushed in. Not sure how that happened. I think somebody was having some fun, decided to push it in. So every time you turn the car on, the beep warning sounds solid, so you can see the other ones should be closer to flush with the bumper. So going to be taking the front bumper off and taking a look at things, see if we can figure out the leak, and also address the parking sensor issue. All right, first things first, we're going to put the car in lift mode. Then we'll hit setup, go to jack mode, turn that on. And that's just to help get the car off the ground. We'll get the jacks underneath it. And then we're going to put the parking brake on. All right, let's hop out. Okay, I've got the car jacked up. I put them on jack stands, put a block behind the rear tire, even as an extra safety precaution, making sure it doesn't roll. So both wheels are off the ground. Next thing we're going to do is take the front wheels off. Okay, I got the front wheels off. Our next step is going to be to get the front bumper off. And we'll have to take the wheel well liner off on both sides. I'm not going to go through those steps. If you want to see how to do that, you can go watch the other video that I have online on how to take the front bumper off. All right, let's go ahead and get those off and proceed from there. Okay, we got the bumper off, and as you're pulling it off, again, be careful. You've got lots of connections in here. Got the washer fluid hose, and you also got some wiring. You can see there, that's connecting. This is the garage door opener sensor transmitter, if you will. And so right here is the sensor that's pushed in, and if we just go on the back side here, we can see that was loose. So I'll just snap that back into place. Probably not a one-hand job, so we'll set the phone down and snap that back in. Okay, got the sensor put back in, and there was a little piece of plastic on the end of the frame that had broken off, and that's part of the reason why it slipped in. So I use the ever versatile, all capable duct tape and just taped it in there. So it's nice and snug now, assuming the duct tape across it. It should hold it in place for a while. All right, I have wiped everything down trying to look at the power steering leak, and I thought it might be here. Where this is connected to the radiator for cooling the power steering fluid, and that very well could be it. But I dried off the driveway. It's been an hour. I'm not seeing any leaks, so I'm going to turn the car on and move the steering wheel a little bit, see if under load causes it to leak, and maybe we'll see where the culprit is. Okay, I turned the car on and manipulated the steering wheel back and forth, and as I originally thought, it is this back hose connector here. Don't know if the hose is bad or if it's just not on all the way. So I'm gonna take that off. I have already emptied out the reservoir and pumped that out. So power steering is empty. So now I'm gonna grab a little flathead screwdriver and manipulate that clamp that you see there and pop the hose off and inspect the end of the hose there. All right, let's do that next. All right, I've got the hose off and I don't see any damage. I suspect that the clamp that was on there was not doing the sufficient job, or actually it's possible that it could have punctured the hose. So I'm gonna trim the hose back just a hair past the original clamp spot. I'm gonna go get another clamp, and for frame of reference, this is the clamp that was on it. And not adjustable, kind of a one-way deal. So I'm gonna go to the auto parts store, grab a better clamp and try to get it back on there and see if we can get it tight. I noticed that the outlet here is malleable, meaning it is kind of soft, so you got to be careful. It's a little bell shape that you got to pull it off of, get it over that, but there's room to clamp it down after that port, so we'll see if we can get a better clamp for it. All right, went to the auto parts place, got a much better clamp. I used PVC pipe cutters and cut the hose, so it's a fresh end of the hose there, and you can see the nozzle there where we're going to put it back on. I also bought some of this ultra black. I'm going to put that around the outside edge of the aluminum in hopes that that'll help make an even better seal before I push this hose back on and then tighten the clamp. So, all right, got the hose reattached, put on some of that gasket maker to help tighten it, and or tighten it down to the aluminum, and then tighten it with a screwdriver. We're gonna wait an hour, let it dry. All right, got everything buttoned back up off the jack. Gonna take the car out of lift mode and jack mode. Remove that block behind the wheel. The gasket stuff says wait 24 hours before you drive it. Make sure that also as you're putting in power steering that you bleed the system properly. So yeah, gonna take another look in a couple of days after driving and see if there's any additional leaks, but I think I got it. All right, it's been about a week, and good news to report that all the work we did stopped the leak there. All right, hope you found this video helpful. Like and subscribe, and good luck with your car.